Hi everyone, it's Tahara Ezrahti here, and it's almost the winter solstice, and so we're going to do a meditation on the winter solstice to connect with the earth and see what's going on with her, and also to preview our year and look and see what the next year holds in store for you. So you can think of the winter solstice as the earth's birthday in a sense, where it's the ending of one cycle and it's the beginning of a new cycle. The summer solstice is analogous to the full moon, where it's the blossoming and the full expression of what was started in the winter solstice. But the winter solstice is more about beginnings. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like everyone to close your eyes and take a deep breath and ground yourself. And as you take some deep breaths, bring your attention into the very middle of your head, into your intuitive center. And again, you can find that place by seeing where, if you draw a line down the middle of your head this way, and then another line front to back, where those two lines intersect right at the level just slightly above your eyes. That's where you can find the middle of your head, and that's a place that we call the intuitive center, and it's a good place to go to access intuitive information. So bring your attention there and just relax into that space. Take some deep breaths. And as you exhale, you are just releasing any stress or tension that you're holding. And then I'd like you to drop a column of energy from the base of your spine down into the earth and let it fall deep into the earth, all the way until it hits the bottom of the earth, or the core of the earth. You might hear a thud sound. And then affirm that you're mixing your energy that you sent down to the core of the earth with healing earth energy. And bring that mixture of your energy and healing earth energy up through the layers of the earth, up into your feet. Affirm you're opening your feet chakras as wide as they'll go. And then up your legs and all the way into the base of your spine where your first chakra is, and then go ahead and let that energy loop back down into the core of the earth. So you've created your grounding circuit here. Then go ahead and bring in your life force energy, and you can have your life force symbol appear about 6 inches above your head, and let that start drawing more of your personal life force energy into your body. Let that energy go down the spine, down the backs of your legs, into your feet, up the front of your legs, up the front midline of your body, fountaining out to the top of your head, filling in your aura, and also from your throat down each arms and out your hand chakras, also filling in your auric field. And just take a moment and check your aura. Check to see that it's nice and strong, right to left, front to back, top to bottom. Do any little clearing and removing of any energy that is clouding your aura, or someone else's energy that you need to get back to them. And then just go ahead and affirm that you're filling in your aura with your highest healing energy, and that you're grounding your aura and your body into present time earth energy. Okay. I'd also like you to turn your kundalini on, so just affirm that your kundalini is pooling in the base of your spine and then flowing up and out your crown chakra, also filling in your aura. And your kundalini is collecting in the soles of each foot and moving up your legs, and then from your hip bones to your shoulders, down your arms and out your hands, and also filling in your auric field. I would like you to bring in a level of universal oneness energy that comes in at an ivory gold. And that's always important to resonate at that frequency, or at least mix it in with the rest of the energies you're running when you're reading the earth, because we're not just reading an individual human, we're reading a larger entity of the earth. You can think of the earth. So what we're doing today is we're actually going to read the spirit of the earth. So the physical body of the earth is the planet itself, but the earth has a consciousness, and that's what we can connect to and communicate to. And it's helpful to bring in universal oneness energy in order to do that. Okay. Then go ahead and say hello to your spirit and listen for a hello back. And ask your spirit what is the one thing that you need to remember this coming year? So if your spirit had to give you one piece of advice, or one thing to focus on, or one theme for the year, what would that be? And usually it's just very simple. It's one word or maybe one sentence, but it's something that you can think of as a theme, as a mantra. Once you get that, it's important to remember it. So after this meditation, go ahead and write it down on a piece of paper or post-its. Stick it around your house so that you can remember it as the year goes on. Okay, thank your spirit. And then go ahead and say hello to the earth, the spirit of the earth. And listen for a hello back. And ask the earth, how's she doing? Just get a general sense, just as if you were communicating with a friend. So, what's going on? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Anything important you want to share with me? Just start a connection and a communication with the earth and see what comes up. And if you're reading energy and you don't understand what you're looking at, go ahead and ask for more information. And as you're doing this, you may notice her auric field, which is the atmosphere that surrounds the earth, and you may notice strong and weak points in there. You may notice areas around the earth that are more energetic, maybe areas that look not so energetic. We're just trying to get a general look of what's going on with the earth. And then I'd like you to put out a timeline and start it in the beginning of January and have it move, watch it move through January, February, March. And look at how the energy of the earth evolves over the first couple months of the year. So you're looking for whether it's moving fast, whether it's moving slow. I always see it as a line graph, and you can see peaks and valleys, you can see little rough spots. So just put out a timeline and track how the earth is doing over the course of the next year. And you can start in January and just timeline it all the way through February, March, April, May, and then you start turning the corner into the summer, so June, July, August, and then we get to fall, September, October, November, and back around to December, and just look at it as this cycle that the earth goes through and notice shifts and changes energetically going on with the earth over the course of the next 12 months. And it's important to do this because you can then have a heads up on what to expect as far as the general energy that the collective is experiencing, and part of that is coming from what the earth is going through. The earth goes through growth cycles and times of rapid growth, slow growth, healing, karmic release, all the things that we go through, or most of the things that we go through, the earth also goes through those experiences. So just look at that. And then I'd like you to look at your own growth pattern for the next year. So do the same thing, but look at your own energy and your own personal evolution. And so put a timeline out, again, starting in January, and look at how your life is going to evolve over the course of the next year. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and back around to December. So you're not necessarily seeing specific events, although you may, but you're basically just reading the energy line. And if you notice any places that are really bumpy or rough, go ahead and do some healing work on your timeline and try to smooth out those bumpy spots. So we're wanting to create kind of a smooth flow of energy for ourselves throughout the next year. And as you're clearing out those bumpy spots and smoothing them over, you can send some of this ivory gold universal oneness energy in to also help smooth out and clear out any karmic issues that you're going to be dealing with over the next year. That's the energy frequency, this ivory gold, that you want to use for clearing and healing karma and updating your contracts with people and yourself. So just flow a lot of that universal oneness energy through your timeline. And then go ahead and ground your timeline. So just connect it to the earth. And this is something that you're going to want to check in on periodically. I would recommend once a month or maybe even more often, but at least quarterly. So we're at the solstice. Check in again at the spring equinox, and then the summer solstice and the fall equinox at a minimum. Because your timeline is going to change, but you actually can do some healing work ahead of time, and you're smoothing out and clearing away the obstacles, or at least some of the obstacles in your path, and creating a smoother flow of energy. So the next thing I want you to do is to create some gifts for yourself for the next year. And you can have those be specific things or experiences or qualities, or you can just affirm that you're creating gifts for yourself and place those, pre-position them along your timeline so that as you go through the year, you stumble upon these gifts that you've placed for yourself. This is about creating your life. And so you're creating fun things, helpful things, exciting things, experiences that are gifts to you. And be happy about that. And then I'd like you to go ahead and run this universal oneness energy through your timeline again, and then lay your timeline on top of the Earth's timeline so that they are one on top of the other. And then just run this universal oneness energy through both timelines together. And what you're doing here is you're synchronizing your timeline with the Earth's timeline for the next year. And that'll just help you be in more alignment with the Earth. It'll help your grounding be stronger and more connected. And the only caveat to this is if the Earth starts going through some huge disruptive change, like a giant earthquake or fire or flood, or something where it actually doesn't benefit you to be real grounded into the Earth, or it's actually disruptive because there's so much fear and anxiety coming from the collective through the Earth, then you, as the powerful being that you are, you can just ground yourself into your spot in the solar system. And for a temporary amount of time, kind of bypass your Earth grounding until things settle down a lot. But with the exception of those dramatic Earth changes going on where you don't want to be connected to the Earth, most of the time you do. And so aligning your timeline with the Earth's timeline is just going to help you feel what's going on with the Earth and stay in present time. If you know people who happen to be in the right place at the right time and they catch the waves of new energy that are coming in and ride those waves, part of that is because they are in alignment with what's going on. And this is useful in business where people are seeing trends coming. It's useful in education. It's just useful in general. So take a deep breath and ground your timeline and the Earth's timeline. And fill yourself with your highest healing, health, and prosperity for the next year. And just take that in and ground that into the earth. And then send the earth her highest healing, health, and prosperity for the next year. And you also can send the earth some additional love and affinity and friendship. And make an appointment to check in with the earth sometime soon to connect with her again in this way. You also can look in your notebook, and there's an exercise to write a letter to the earth, to be a pen pal, and I highly suggest that you do that. Just do it as if you're writing to a friend. And so start it off, Dear Earth, date it, and then just write whatever you would write, whatever you want to write. You can ask questions, you can tell the earth what's going on with you and how you're feeling. So do that, sign it, and then flip the paper over and have the earth write back to you. So have the earth write, Dear Tahara, or whatever your name is, and just start writing stream of consciousness. You may want to do it longhand. For a lot of people that's easier than typing on a computer, but do whatever works for you. And you will be amazed at the information that you can get back. You're actually telepathically communicating with the earth, and you're just writing down what you're hearing. So you're kind of transcribing what's going on with the earth, and you actually can communicate with her as a spiritual being in that way. Okay, so give thanks and see you in the new year. Thank you very much.